Hello everybody, my name is jadeash. Have you ever wondered what the strongest and best move in Pokemon is? Well, today I will be ranking the top 30 best Pokemon moves for competitive use. The rankings are going to be based not on power alone, but usability, secondary effects, and how beneficial it can be. When comparing these moves, we will be judging them solely on what they are as a move, regardless of Pokemon that learn them. In order for this to be as fair as possible, we won't be taking into consideration limited moves such as Z moves or special moves like the Partner Eevee or Pikachu moves. Alright, let's begin. First up at number 30 is Nuzzle. First of all, Nuzzle is one of the very few moves that inflicts a status percent with a guaranteed 100%. It always inflicts paralysis on the target, which halves their speed and gives a 25% chance of that Pokemon not being able to move at all. Nuzzle may not have such a high power, but doing as little damage as it does can break things such as the abilities Multi-Scale and Sturdy, and the usage of Focus Sashes even, which can be really useful. Next, at number 29, is Body Press. Body Press is a physical fighting type move that uses the defense stat rather than the attack stat for attacking. So look at it this way. If you use a move that boosts your defense, such as Iron Defense, it can count as boosting both your defense and attack stat at the same time, since you use the same stat for both for attacking and defending. This allows any defensive Pokemon to go on the offensive, as well as making you invest in only one stat. Coming up at number 28 is Endeavor. Endeavor is a really frightening move. When you use Endeavor, you reduce the opponent's HP to the same amount as yours. So if you have 30 HP and your opponent has 200, they will have 30 like you after you use it. Endeavor has only been a used strategy on one Pokemon, and it's Rattata. The strategy is used as follows. You send out Rattata and let it be hit by a move that will surely knock it out because it's a Rattata. Except it won't because you will make it hold a Focus Sash, so it will survive at 1 HP. And then use Endeavor, which will also make the opponent have 1 HP. What do you do after that? You just use Quick Attack, because no matter how weak your Rattata is, the damage calculation formula does not allow for a 0. So the minimum damage that you can do is 1, which is all you will ever need. Now let's imagine this on a Pokemon that already has 1 HP. Can you not think of a Pokemon that has 1 HP? No? Not even this cute little guy? Shedinja? Yes, Shedinja only has 1 HP, so it's the candidate for Endeavor. And if that was not enough, Shedinja has 13 immunities, yes, immunities, and only 5 weaknesses. Oh, and it learns Shadow Sneak. Perfect. Number 27 is a notorious move that I'm sure we're all familiar with. My Toxic. Toxic badly poisons the opponent, making them lose more HP every round, just like my ex did. Anyways, I don't really think I need to explain this move, so let's just get to the next one. At number 26 is Extreme Speed. Extreme Speed is the most powerful, consistent priority move, so it makes sense that it's on this list. And by consistent, I mean that it can be used several times in a row without any setbacks, unlike other moves. For number 25, we got a very special move. It's so special that only one Pokemon learns it until now, and even that Pokemon doesn't use it. Intrigued? That move is Doom Desire. Doom Desire does exactly the same as Future Sight, but it's Steel type and slightly more powerful. What makes Doom Desire a really good move is the unpredictability of it. Most people will forget about the damage coming 2 turns later, and unlike Future Sight, no type has an immunity to Steel, so it will do damage no matter what the type. Now we're getting to the exciting stuff. Number 24 is Belly Drum. Belly Drum is the only known move to maximize a stat, so it's natural for it to have a setback. However, since we're speaking about the move itself, regardless of the Pokemon that learn it, you cannot deny how broken this sounds. I'll leave the rest to your imagination. 23. Tail Glow. This is the only move to raise an attack stat drastically, which is 3 stages, with no setback. It's no surprise that they chose the special attack stat for such a move, and I even doubt that there will be a physical counterpart, since the physical to special attacks ratio is high. Even in this list, there are very few special attacks. 22 is a move I doubt many will recognize. It's called Aura Wheel. This move is sadly exclusive to Morpeko, the Gen 8 Pikachu counterpart. Why is this move at number 22? Simply because it's powerful, and it's the only move that changes type. Yes, you heard correctly, it changes type. After each turn, this move alternates between electric and dark type. So let's put it this way. You can have 5 moves of different typings on an offensive Pokemon, 2 of which have 110 base power. What do you think that sounds like? Number 21, on the other hand, is a classic. That is the beauty that is Earthquake. 100 base power, 100 accuracy, one of the best offensive types. What else do you wish for? Simple, clean, powerful. This especially proves that you don't always need fancy secondary effects to be a good move. Having simply good characteristics is always good enough. Number 20 is almost the same as Earthquake. It is Close Combat. Fighting type, being the other equally important offensive type that it is, makes Close Combat an immediate threat. Despite the debuff and defenses that it causes, what would you need defenses for if your opponent cannot touch you? Dragon Ascent is similar to Close Combat, but unfortunately, Flying type isn't as good as Fighting. Have you noticed something? The couple of last moves were physical, and that is the reason Diamond Storm is at number 19. Having the chance of raising your defense not just by 1 stage but 2 can be life-saving. Rock type is no less of a threat when it comes to attacks, so giving you an edge against other moves of its caliber is very advantageous. Going one step higher the move ladder, we once again find that all previous moves were physical. At this point you might be wondering, what's better than a move that gives you a fighting chance against other physical moves? The answer to that is shutting physical moves completely down. And that's exactly what Strength Sap does. You heal yourself, and at what cost? Everything. Your opponent's attack. Sweet, sweet irony. 17. Oblivion Wing. Seriously, can a Pokemon move name be any cooler? Don't worry, Oblivion Wing, you might be number 17 on this list, but to me you're number 1 when it comes to being cool. Oblivion Wing is the highest damage drain move at a tremendous amount of 75%. If we calculate it, you will be mostly absorbing all the damage you take from other attacks, so it's the basic rule of battle: deal damage, don't take any. Coming up at number 16 is Substitute. I personally am not a big fan of using Substitute, but it can be really tricky. At the cost of 25% of your maximum HP, you put up a decoy. The decoy takes damage from moves instead of you and prevents you from being statused or your stats being lowered. Important note to all competitive players: Substitute does not protect you from the following: weather damage, taunt, the remainder of multi-hits, sound-based moves, and Leech Seed and status damage if they existed before using the Substitute. I myself fell for one of these and it turned out to be very complicated. Well, we made it to the top 15. If you stuck around this long, you must really like this video. So why not give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing? It's free and it definitely supports the channel grow. We're almost at 300 subs, so let's do it! At number 15 is V-Create. V-Create is simply a bombarding attack, too powerful in my opinion, and can break through almost anything. Perhaps that's why it's named after Victory, and is the signature move of the Victory Pokemon, Victini. Number 14 was the hardest for me to decide on, so I'll let you guys know what I think, and you can tell me your opinion in the comment section. I believe number 14 goes to No Retreat. Raising all your stats for a simple setback as not being able to switch is in my opinion very broken, because there are still switching moves that you can use, so I consider that there was no price to pay for this buff. The two other contenders for the 14th spot were Quiver Dance and Dragon Dance, but raising both defenses is in my opinion an inseparable option. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section though. For number 13, we also have buffing moves, Geomancy and Shell Smash, though Geomancy is obviously better, albeit offensively one-sided. With one herb held item, you get yourself some grand serving of double stage buffs. If every special Pokemon had access to Geomancy, I'd rather go play Digimon. Closing into the top 10 is a literally wicked move, Wicked Blow. 100% guarantee of critical hits? Are you out of your mind, Game Freak? Double the damage dealt, ignoring stat changes? All that was left for this to be the ultimate attack was to ignore screens and protect. The sole reason why screens are ranked number 11 is because they have the damage taken from attacks. Straight halving, which means that it makes moves such as Wicked Blow and V-Create just normal attacks, and the rest become subpar. Truly amazing moves and staples in Pokemon battling. Alright ladies and gentlemen, we're at the Clash of the Giants. The top 10 are here, so let's roll out the red carpet. 10. Leech Seed. A status effect-like move that doesn't count as a status ailment, allowing you to further inflict statuses, heals you while damaging your opponent, and can only be stopped by 4 methods and solely the grass type? Absolutely broken. Number 9 is such one method to stop Leech Seed, but not only does it stop Leech Seed, it stops all non-attacking moves. That is 50% of all Pokemon moves. That absolutely daunting move is no other than Taunt. You might be wondering by now, if Taunt is all that high and mighty, why is it at number 9? What could possibly be better? That, my friends, is the peach of the top 10. Stick to the edge of your seat, guys. We're only getting started. Alright, so no status moves. No heals, no debuffs, no buffs. No problem. Just let your opponent buff themselves and then steal their buffs. Number 8. Spectral Thief. Ever wondered why this little guy has always been banned in competitive play? It's mainly because of this move. How sadistic must it be to let your opponent invest in a Pokemon, wasting 1 or possibly even more turns, and even items too, just to take it from them. Not remove, but take. Number 7. The only move that can exceed the strongest move in Pokemon and still be used competitively. Vicious Rend. Are you ready for this? Vicious Rend has 85 base power. Its power doubles if it goes first in a turn. Vicious Rend is considered a biting move, so it gets a 50% boost from Strong Jaw. Adding a Choice Band gives it another 50%. Vicious Rend is a water move, so in rain, it gets yet another 50% boost. That is a total of 297 base power. That is insane! And that's not even calculating stab or nature boost. The most powerful Pokemon move is Explosion, and it has 250 base power. But I hear you. Some people will say, okay, but you can also use a Choice Band on a Pokemon and just use Explosion, which is 275 base power. But that would be just suicide. Why would you use a Choice Band, just use Explosion? If we're talking plain base power of the moves themselves, Vicious Rend can still go up to 170 base power. Not as powerful as V-Create, with just a tinsy 10 power difference, and no setback. Volbeak is similar to Vicious Rend, but doesn't get the weather 50% boost and is not boosted by Strong Jaw, because it's not a biting move. At number 6, we have Spore. Remember how we started out this list? With Nuzzle, a move that can inflict a status ailment at 100%. But unlike Spore, Nuzzle can do actual damage. Well, that's because Sleep as a status is much more dangerous than Paralysis. When you paralyze a Pokemon, you're hoping to hit that 25% chance of the Pokemon not moving at all. But with Spore, you can do that immediately. And that's not all. What makes Spore really absurd is that it can keep that Pokemon asleep for 2 or even 3 turns. Would you like sitting for 2 or 3 turns doing nothing in a competitive Pokemon battle? I don't think so. Number 5. U-turn and all its other counterpart switching moves. Switching moves, no matter what battle you're in, is the backbone of any strategy, with the exception of a few scenarios, of course. There are a lot of trapping moves and abilities out there, and those are not the only menaces you'll be confronting. Unwittingly, you will find yourself in an unfavorable position where you need to switch. Being able to do that while simultaneously dealing damage is vital and extremely lucrative. Some battles can keep on dragging for a long time. Switching moves are the ace up your sleeve in such matchups. 4. Rapid Spin. Naturally, you've heard of hazard moves and know by now why they're called hazard moves. Remember when we spoke about the 4 methods of stopping Leech Seed? Well, I can assure you that Rapid Spin does more than that. Rapid Spin does all of the following. Frees the user from Leech Seed, ends the effects of binding moves, increases your speed by 1 stage, and most importantly, removes all hazards from the user's side of the field only. The last effect, in my opinion, outweighs all the others, since the only other hazard removing move is Defog, and it removes them from both sides of the field. But it is the compilation of all these effects that makes Rapid Spin such a marvelous move. Number 3. The Bronze Medal, Knockoff. I'll just let you read knockoff stacks for a few seconds, okay? Done? So, removing the Pokemon's item, essentially cancelling an element of Pokemon battles from the opponent, removing Azurnius' Power Herb, removing a Blissey's leftovers, a Tapu Koko's Choice Specs perhaps, Pelipper's Damp Rock, need I say more? Number 2, and the Silver Medal, Protect. Protect is simply protect, keeping yourself safe for 1 turn. Not many moves go through Protect, but some are used in competitive play. Since Protect has many uses and is crucial in competitive play, it can serve to scout moves, delay the battle by 1 turn, or simply protecting yourself from an incoming powerful move. The next time you watch a Pokemon tournament, count how many Pokemon have Protect. Just because I don't like saying, I told you so. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for. The Gold Medal. The title of the best move in competitive Pokemon goes to... Stealth Rock. Entry hazards are the most annoying and scary mechanic in Pokemon. They affect the opponent's entire team, forces the opponent to be wary of such danger, and deals a lot of damage. Technically speaking, there are only 3 hazard removing moves in Pokemon, 2 of which are not that common in many used Pokemon, and the other is an exclusive move. If the opponent has no way of getting rid of the Stealth Rocks, it can do a minimum of 3% of all your opponent's Pokemon HP combined, and on the best days can deal 41%. So on average, you're dealing 22% of all your opponent's Pokemon's HP as damage using only 1 move. You might not feel the weight of this number, but that is an astronomical amount of damage. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on this list, of course, and some may not like it at all too. At the end of the day, we each have different opinions of what's strong and what is not, and that is what makes Pokemon fun. I really enjoy Pokemon battles just from the sheer diversity of strategies and usages of different Pokemon. All in all, I hope you really enjoyed today's top 30 list, and before I end the video, I leave you with some honorable mentions.